Welcome to episode 25 of our ComfyUI tutorial series. Today I will show you how to install and use the Lightricks LTX video model so you can generate videos from text or static images. It's not perfect, but at least we get a chance to experiment with it. On comfy.org, you have a few examples. I will add the links in the description. The advantage of this model is that it can generate videos quite quickly. To get started, you need two models: the LTX model, which you place in the checkpoint folder, and the T5 model, which you should already have if you've followed other episodes. This video includes the workflow, so you can drag it into ComfyUI. Let me show you step by step. You can download the model from Hugging Face. It's around 9 gigabytes. Simply click the download button, go to the ComfyUI folder, then to the models folder, look for checkpoints folder and save it there. It will take a while to download. For the clip model, in case you don't have it, here's the one with FP16 in the name. Click download, then navigate again to the models folder and place it in the clip folder. Now we can open ComfyUI. Go to the manager, then to the custom nodes manager, search for Video Helper and install this node because we will need it later to create MP4 videos. Wait for it to finish installing. I'll click close for now because I also want to update ComfyUI, or it won't recognize the new node. Click on Update All, and once it's ready, you can restart ComfyUI. Now, if you want, you can drag that video into ComfyUI, and it will load the workflow so you can start generating. But I also played around with it, made some changes, and saved some workflows in the Discord channel that you can get for free. Go to Workflow, click Open, and let's start with Text-to-Animated WebP. This is the workflow, which is very similar to theirs. I did some rearranging and color changes to make things more visible and added some extra info. This node loads the checkpoint we downloaded, the LTX one. So you click on it and load the model. Then we also need the T5 clip model. Do the same and load the FP16 version. Notice how the type is now LTXV here. After loading the clip, we have the positive and negative prompts. We also have the LTX conditioning where we set the frames per second. 24 worked fine for me. Next, we have the custom sampler. Notice it doesn't use K-sampler here, but it has seed and CFG, just like K-sampler. This LTX model is connected to the sampler custom. You can select the sampler from this node. Then we have the empty latent LTX video node, where we set the video resolution. This node basically generates a video with noise, so the AI can create something from it. It also uses a scheduler, and everything comes together in the sampler custom node, which is then decoded so we can save it as an animated WebP file. Let's give it a try to see how it works. So we got this drone view in the mountains with a waterfall using just a text prompt. This is an animated file, and it is saved in the output folder, just like where ComfyUI usually saves files. If I try to open the file with Windows Photos Viewer, you will notice it appears as a static image since it's not supported. Since the name already indicates it's a WebP file, we open it instead with a web browser. If I open it in Chrome, you can see it starts playing right away. When it reaches the end, it starts over. Let's see what else I saved here. I have this note for the prompts. You need long descriptive prompts in order to get decent results from this model. I included a simple formula you can use with ChatGPT. You can copy this text and go to ChatGPT, then paste the text there. It will give you cinematic prompts for the things you ask. For example, if I ask for a portrait of a woman smiling at the camera, I get this long prompt I can use. So I can copy the prompt and paste it in the positive prompt, then run the workflow. Now, the result is this, not the greatest. It's like when we had the first stable diffusion model that needed a few tries to get something decent. If I run it again with a different seed, I get something like this, which is a little better. The problem is that the resolution is so small, it can't generate many details, but I'm sure in a few months, they will figure out how to improve it. It needs more work to match the quality of something like Kling AI, for example. Here, I asked for another prompt of a waterfall in the mountains. I got this long prompt that I can copy, then paste it into the positive prompt and give it a test. The result is this. Not quite a waterfall. Maybe it's a top view and the waterfall is behind the camera, so I'm testing a different seed, and now I got better results. You need to do a few tries to get something that works. Experiment with prompts and different seeds. Let's try a different style like a 3D cartoon cat to see if we can animate that style. Well, it's not that bad. Maybe I can do some basic animations with it for some shorts. Now, let me open another workflow. This time, I'll use the text-to-video MP4 version. This one is similar, but the only difference is that I used the node we installed at the beginning, Video Helper, since we usually work better with video than with WebP files. This node fixes that problem. We have 24 frames set here as well, and the MP4 format. It's the same as in conditioning with 24 frames. For the format, you have different options you can choose from, but I mostly use MP4 videos. The optimal resolution is set here, but you can go a little higher. You can adjust it from the empty latent video node. You also have the length, which needs to be set in a certain way. For example, if I use 121 frames at 24 frames per second, it will give me a 5-second video. I mostly use either 97 or 121 for the length. 257 frames caused my workflow to freeze once, so it depends on the video card, I guess. Let's test the workflow. So this is the result. I like the animation and movement of the camera. It's a shame we can't get better video quality, but I'm sure it won't be long before we have better models. We did a few landscape formats. You can reverse the width and height to get a portrait view. The optimal resolution has a ratio of 2:3 or 3:2. You can also try using a 9:16 ratio for shorts, but it needs to be a multiple of 32. One option that could work is 576x1024 for portrait or 1024x576 for landscape. But using that larger size sometimes causes the workflow to get stuck at 82%. Not sure why, even on my RTX 4090. So it might be best to stick to the recommended ratios and sizes. I rarely use text to video because I like to have more control. So my favorite is the image to video workflow. Let me open this image to MP4 video workflow. For this workflow, use a photo that has the same ratio as the recommended size, the 3:2 ratio. I'll test it with this exotic island image with a palm tree. You can see here the recommended size for landscape. If we compare this with the text-to-image workflow, that one had an empty latent video, but this one uses a load image node instead, and we have this extra node called LTX image to video. The rest is similar to the text-to-video workflow. If I run this workflow, I get a video like this. It's quite nice in terms of motion if we ignore the small video resolution. Let me show you how I do it step by step. I created this workflow that we've used many times in our episodes with the FluxDev model. The only difference is that I used the recommended ratio, just a little bigger so it can fit more details. We should get a decent image quite quickly. I pasted a prompt here for a pirate portrait, and the result is this image of the pirate, which is in a ratio that fits our needs. Now I can copy this image and go to our image to video workflow. I'll select the load image node and paste the pirate there using Ctrl+V. So we have an image, but how can we adapt the prompt for this pirate? Well, remember the formula we used in ChatGPT? If your ChatGPT can read images, you can paste or upload an image in the chat and ask for a prompt. Now I get a personalized prompt specific to this image with details about the camera and how it zooms slowly, things that will help with the video generation. Now, we just copy the prompt and paste it into the positive prompt. Let's run it. The result is this pirate video. You can ask ChatGPT to make changes, like for example, asking the pirate to take off the hat so I can get a new prompt. For image to video, it would be hard to make changes that aren't in the image. So if I get this prompt and try it, I get the pirate, but you can see it didn't take the hat off. You can do things like having the pirate smile or yell, but not too complex changes when you use an image. Maybe I didn't get the right prompt. I'm still learning, just like you, how to use all these new technologies. Here, I repeated the same steps for a treasure underwater so I could get a long prompt to use in our workflow. And this is the result, quite nice. The generation is fast, around 16 seconds, so I'm happy with that speed. If I want to get a 5-second long video instead of 4 seconds, I can change the length to 121. So now, when I run it, I get this video. With landscapes, objects, and static scenes, you get fewer errors. You can see here that if I hover over the video, it shows 5 seconds. And an older video with a length of 97 shows 4 seconds. I am repeating the steps for a pirate ship on the sea, and the result is this video. So is there a way to improve the video a little? Well, you can upscale it later. This is how it looks by default. You can enlarge it to fit the scene, but it gets a little blurry, just like with images. But we can try using software like Topaz Video AI to get a sharper version. Since the quality of the original image isn't the best, it doesn't do miracles. Here's the original, then the version processed with Topaz, and again, the original compared to Topaz. That's all for today. Thank you all for your support. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment to help this channel grow. A big thank you to all the heroes on Discord who help the community. Have a great day.